Welcome back. Today is going to be a little bit more advanced work. This is going to be a more difficult workout, and we'll focus on back and biceps mostly. We will end with a little bit of mobility here because I think we need to do more stretching, especially as that's probably the most important for just opening up the body and getting oxygen to our tissues. We'll start as we usually do with a ab exercise, but today I'm going to put them in tandem with a breathing exercise. We've done this in some of my previous sessions. I like this one a lot to warm up with. It's called an 8-point plank, and my fingertips are digging into the ground. My elbows are slightly ahead of my shoulders and slightly wider than my shoulders, but I'm talking like half an inch to an inch each direction. My knees are about 30 degrees apart. My toes are pulled back, and watch my heels here. I'm going to rotate them outwards a little bit. Okay, and there's a purpose for that. I want my femurs to rotate in so my heels rotate out. I'm going to pull my nose through my face right here, and I'm really going to keep this nice and strong through my upper back. But the work is really compressing the abdominal cavity on exhale and filling the back of the rib cage as much as you can on inhale. So hopefully you'll be able to see those mechanics going while I'm doing it. We're going to start with just 10 deep breaths. So take that first deep breath, pull the nose through the face, and our hips come straight up to about this position right here, and I'm trying not to let my back arch like that. Okay, so I'm pulling my hips up just enough that there's no arch in my back. Dig in with the elbows, squeeze them towards your knees, and we're going to do 10 deep breaths. Take your time with these breaths. Try to match my pace. Exhale, pull the stomach up to the spine. Squeeze the floor harder with your elbows and knees. Again. Contract the stomach as hard as you can. Again. Pull the nose through the face, neutralize the spine. Exhale, pull the stomach up. 4. Widen the back as much as you can. Exhale, pull the stomach up. Halfway, 5. Get wider. 4. Squeeze the knees towards the elbow on exhale. Really squeeze the ground hard like you're on the side of a building. 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Really deep breath in here. Go. Exhale. And slowly relax down. That should have been a good amount of work in the core. Serratus is getting a bit of work, but also just the expansion and getting all that oxygen should feel great. We're going to grab a small amount of resistance. I'm using 15 pounds. Again, this can easily be cans in a grocery bag. And these are called Russian twists. So I'm going to keep this weight up nice and high, and I'm not just using my hands to tap the ground like that. A lot of people, I see them, they're just going really fast like this, not getting much of the work that you're supposed to be getting here. So what we're trying to do is twist and tap the ground, and come back up, and twist and tap the ground, and come back in. So I'm using my obliques, my rectus abdominis, the main abdominal cavity, as well as the internal obliques in here that are underneath that. It's a really nice exercise, actually. If you want to make it harder, you're going to pull your feet up, and on the twist, you're going to extend the feet and then pull them back up. The heels don't ever come back down. That's the version I'm going to do. This is the easier version, and the easier version still is just small little twists. So if you're somebody with lower back injuries or anything like that, just feel it out. Just get a nice small controlled twist and really try to keep this from doing this. Keep the chest up nice and high, and it's a twist of the abdominal cavity. All right, here we go. 20, nice and slow. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, keep the chest high. 13, abs tight, knees together. 12, 11, as much range of motion as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep the weight in your hand, come to center. 1, come to center. Keep the up, push it straight up to the ceiling and hold. Start taking a deep breath to pull the chest up. Hold, push it up harder. We're going to come down and up with the hands for 10. 10, keep the chest high. 9, squeeze the stomach. 8, squeeze the knees. 7, 6, chest high. 5, 4, squeeze the knees. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax. I like to add that additional stress at the end. Warms up the arms and the lower back a lot, but also it's just an extra isometric hold for the stomach. So from there, we're going to try to get a bit of elevation. So again, if you don't have a bench or a heavy bag, because you can also lay on a heavy bag for this, even one of those small steppers will work. You can do this work from the ground. It's just you won't have as much range of motion as I do for some of the exercises. So if you don't have the range of motion, then do the best you can. For those of you that have some kind of elevation, then just follow along to what I'm doing. So being back in biceps, we're going to do some lighter work to just wake up the back as much as we can. Again, a big trouble I find with a lot of people is they can't rotate their shoulder blade very well. Controlling it with the lat, rhomboids, traps, and rear delt. They use their arm with poor shoulder mobility. So the opener here, I'm just going to use a couple of cans because this is really more of a warm-up. And we're going to lay flat on the bench. Collarbone to the edge of the bench. My legs are flexed so my hamstrings and my glutes are still working. And I'm going to take these cans and bring them right out to the side. So I'm not back behind my shoulders. I'm directly out in a cross formation. I'm going to take a deep breath to bring my chest up. And I'm going to pull these up a little bit higher here. And from here, I'm going to rotate my hands up and back down. We're going to do 10 of those. 9. Keep the chest high, flex the hamstrings. 8. Rotate from the shoulder. 7. 6. Shoulder rotations. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Palms right to the ground, and then we're going to come back to the hips for 10. 10. Nice and slow. Rotate your shoulder blade. Control this small amount of weight. Flex the hamstrings. Out. Wide back. 6. 5. Chest is still high. Hamstrings flexed. 4. Arms nice and high. 3. 2. Hold at the hips. Take a deep breath. Pull everything up to the ceiling. Flex the hamstrings harder, pull the elbows up harder, roll the shoulders back. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7. Glutes are harder. 5, 4, 3. Sorry about the count. 2, 1, and relax. You should feel your whole back starting to work and wake up. So from here, we're going to slide to the edge of the bench a little bit further, maybe about 5 inches, just to a point where I can balance myself here. And I'm going to pull my arms out to the side. And despite what you hear, we are going to hinge from our thoracic spine. It's a mild hinge and your body should be strong enough to be able to handle it here. That we're not lifting 500 pounds. If we're doing heavy weight, the form needs to be very strict. For this, it's still a strict form, but we're using a weak position that we're not used to. And you're going to feel this all the way from your SI joint to the back of your neck if you do it properly. So the resistance is right to the base of my rib cage, and I'm pulling my elbows up to the side. I'm going to flex my legs again, and I'm just getting a little bit of bend at the middle back, and I'm flexing up the erectors and pulling my elbows behind my neck as I do so. 10, slow. Rotate forward, up. 9. Rotate forward. 8. Pull the elbows up to the ceiling. Get the upper back as well. 6. 5. Round it. 4. 3. Flex the legs harder, point the toes. 2. Up and hold as hard as you can. 10. 9, 8. Pull the elbows up harder. 6, 5, 4. Should be a ton of work. 3, 2, and relax. Your whole upper and middle back should have felt a lot of that. It should be nice and warmed up. We're going to come back and do a little bit more stomach work before we move on. So the stomach we're going to do now is going to be lower back and glute tie-in. And we're going to go from a nice strong form. I'm going to go on my fist today. You can go from this position is fine as well. Okay, so we're making a nice plank here. My hips aren't down here and they're not up like so. My shoulders are directly over my wrists and my hips are pretty close to in line with my shoulders. We're going to bring up the left leg to a 90-degree bend here, and we're going to pull the knee up using our glute and keeping our stomach super tight to keep this facing the ground. I'm trying not to rotate at my hips too much. Bring the left knee up. We'll go slow for 10. 10. Pause at the top. Up. Hold. 8, 7, 6, strong form. 5, your foot's engaged. 4, 3, 2, hold this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, switch sides. 10, down. Pause, stomach's tight. 8, elbows aren't locked out, they're slightly bent. 7, 6, 5, pause, squeeze. 3, 2, hold for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Up to your feet. Now I warmed up with the cans. We're going to do a similar exercise using this height, but I'm going to move up in weight. So I'm grabbing these bean bags I have that are about 8.5 pounds. You could do this with 15s if you really have good control over your back. Again, the idea here is to get the skeletal system to be able to shift and open for all this stuff. I'm not just pulling with my arms like this. Everything's opening and closing. There's contraction throughout my whole back. So grab your weight. Mine will be these 8.5s. Toes are flexed again. And the chest is at the collar. The collarbone is at the edge of the bench again. And I'm going to loosen or tighten up my grip on these. I don't care what grip you have. I don't want it to hang out too much. Okay, and from here what I'm going to basically be doing is pulling up here and coming in about 10 degrees each time. So there should be basically 6 movements until we come up to the front, and then we'll work our way back. Alright, so from this position here, flex the legs, hamstrings and glutes are flexed. Take a deep breath, bring the chest up. Pull everything back. Use your back, not your shoulders. Here we go. Pull. Nice and slow. Control. Rotate back, flex your back. Right up from the shoulders now. Up just a little bit. These should be a lot harder than the ones to the hips. And together. Start here. Move out a little bit. Out. To the cross. On the way back to the hips. Close to the hips. Up. Back to the head. To the hips. Up. To the cross. Above the shoulders. About 45. And to the head. To the 45. To the cross. Behind the shoulders. Midway to the hips. To the hips we're going to pull up and hold. Take a deep breath, pull the shoulders back. 10, 9, 8, flex the legs harder. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 to the cross and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay, back to some ab work. Get onto our back again. And we're going to finish this off with a set of bicycles. We're going to do a set of 40 though, so it's going to be a bit of work here. Again, we're pushing the lower back into the ground. Once the chest comes up, it doesn't come back down to the ground at any point. And I'm not stopping here. I'm fully extending my legs. Okay? We'll go for 40 here. Don't tug on your neck too hard. Here we go. Slow. 40. 39. 38. Lock the legs out. Control. Lower back's pushing in the ground. The abs are sucked down. They're not pushing out. 30. 29. Get through it. Control. 6. 25. Breathe. Halfway. 20. 19. 18. Don't go too fast. 16. Chest high. 15. Elbows open. 14. Stomach low. Almost there, guys. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. And we're done. Okay. I'm going to use a TheraBand for my next exercise. If you don't have a TheraBand, you can grab some kind of dumbbell or resistance, and basically we're pulling up behind our head trying to get our rear delts and our traps and rhomboids to work. So you'd want to get a pretty good hinge like this and be pulling the weight up here like so and coming back down. Because I have the TheraBand, I can loop it onto my bench. Get in that same position of the collarbone, or even maybe a little further to get a bit more tension on the band. And I'm going to use my upper back and my rear delts to pull up here, contract, and let it come back down. It's a piece of carpet, nothing else, I promise. Okay, here we go. Set of 20 here. Contract, hold, slowly down. Contract up above the head. Use your upper back. Think about the contraction starting here. 18. Flex the legs harder. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. Nice and slow. Pause at the top. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. Middle back to the upper back. 6. Hands come above the head. 5. 4. Legs are flexed and tight. 3. 2. Let's hold this one. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Flex legs harder. 4. 3. 2. And relax. Alright, again, all the erectors, the whole upper back, and the shoulders should have got quite a bit there. I'm going to grab a drink. When we come back, we're going to start putting the arms in. We're going to do some shrugs to get those shoulders moving. And we'll probably end with some static rows with a heavier weight. But we're going to change our hand grip to get some different angles that we haven't touched on in some of the previous episodes. Just give me a sec. Take this time now. Grab a little drink. Copped out today. I didn't use one of my mugs. Just plain old mixer bottle. Alright. Now for the exciting stuff. Again, this is fine if you're just using cans in a grocery bag or anything like that. For me, I have access to dumbbells, so I'm very lucky. And so I'm going to use dumbbells. Alright. We're going to start with just some supinated curls. So get a nice stance here and don't start here. Take a deep breath. Pull the stomach up under the rib cage. Pull the shoulders back so they're nice and in line with the shoulder girdle. And then we're just going to pull them up together with a supination, meaning my pinky's coming all the way to the shoulder. And we'll go for a set of 15 here. 15. Contract at the top and pause. 14. Stay nice and tall. 13. 12. Keep the chest high. Don't get down here. 11. 10. Slow down. 9. Flex. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Hold at the top. Come down for a count of 5. Slow. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2 more times like that. Up to the top. Squeeze. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Up to the top. Last time. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Eccentric motions are a great way to strengthen something. If you're having a hard time moving up in weight, cheat a bit and get the weight up to the top and just slow it down on the eccentric. It'll improve your ascension to be able to use that weight for reps much faster. And it's also the only way you're going to strengthen tendons, ligaments, connective tissue is usually much more on the eccentric than the concentric motion there. So we're going to grab a moderate weight again. I'm going to use a 15, which will already be quite a challenge for me because my upper back is quite tired. And we're going to use this elevation again. If you don't have the elevation, this one is very easy to do without it. You just got to keep your chest up and high, and you don't need any weight. So if you're just doing it like this, and that's a challenge for you, that's enough. For me, I'm going to hold a little bit of weight here, flex my legs, maybe move back on the bench a bit. There you go, it's a better balance point. Take a deep breath, bring the chest up, extend. 6 more. Put it back down. Biceps are getting secondary work there. We're going to grab our heavier weight now. So for me, I'm using these water jugs, which are 45 each. And we're going to do some shrugs with these. I'm going to do them from the back so you can see what's happening in my shoulder blades a little bit more. And we want to use a heavy weight here. So I'm going to add these in there just for weight. Oh. All right. So last time we were shrugging up like so. This time we're just pulling the shoulders up, back, and down. And then we're going to go the other way. Back, up, and down. 10 of those. 9. Take your time. Full rotation. 8. Grip the floor with your feet. 7. Flex the glutes. 6. Again, just the weight that you can handle for it. 5. 4. 3. 2. One more each way. Very nice. Gently put them down. And move them over to the side here so they're out of my way. And from there, I'm going to add these weights here to the dumbbells I was using for the same exercise. So I'm moving up in weight a little bit, and we'll do less reps here. Nice strong grip. Again, supinated curls. My pinkies are coming to my shoulders. I'm standing as evenly as you can with both feet. Take a deep breath, get tall. Here we go for 10. 9. Keep the stomach tight. Don't let it hang out like this. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. You can hang grocery bags off of small dumbbells. That's workable too. 3. 2 more, guys. 2. Up and hold. Flex and hold. Ooh. 5 down. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Just one more of those. Up. 5. 4. 3. 2. Excellent. Put them down. And we'll go back to shrugs. I'll do them from the front this time so you can see that angle. And maybe the last third set we'll go from the side. Get your weight ready. Up to the top. Check your feet position. Make sure your feet are even. Get nice and tall. And we'll go a little faster this time for 10. Rotate your shoulders. 9. 8. 7. 1/2. 5. 4. 3. 2. Oh, last one. 1. Put them down. Must be funny to watch somebody do this from your home. Especially those people that watch and they don't do it. It's got to be hilarious to watch me do it. Anyways, we'll get one more set of those if I can make it through. And I'm going to move up in weight again for the biceps for my last set of supinated curls. We'll do another exercise afterwards. So I'm going to go to my 35s here with my bean bags as well, which will put that around 43 pounds. Doesn't matter whatever your heaviest weight is. We're not going to do a slow drop on this one. We're just going to try to get our 8 reps. If you chose a heavy weight that you could only get 4 reps for, that's totally fine. You can drop the weight and continue doing reps, or excuse me, or use that 4 as something to build upon. Next time you come back to this, see if you can get 5 or 6. Okay, grip strength starting to get worked quite a bit here as well from these awkward, I'm actually kind of liking this outside of the gym because all the handles I'm using are slightly different, and I'm feeling lots of little regions that if you're just a gym rat, you don't really get them the same way. This period, it's interesting to see how my body is developing a totally different way because I don't have access to my regular environment. And because of my injury, I don't do so much climbing and grappling anymore, so this has been actually kind of good for me. Hope it is for you too. Anyways, I'll stop my ramble. Get nice and tall here. Grip the floor. Set 8. 8. Nice and slow still. Contract at the top. 7. Chest high. Stomach tight. Glutes tight. 4 more. 3 more. If you need to cheat a little bit, cheat. 2. One more, folks. Okay. Alright. Heavier weight should leave you a little more gassed like I am. So catch your breath for a second. We're going to save up our energy for our last set of shrugs. And I'll go from the side this time so you can see what my shoulder's doing from the side. Alright. Okay, nice and tight up to the top. Check your feet. And here we go. 10. 9. This is great for shoulder health. 8. Really rotate the shoulder blades. 7. As high and low as you can. Down. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Okay. Keep these weights close. We'll keep on using them. Alright. We're going to keep with heavy weight today. So we're going to stick with our heaviest for our dumbbells. And this time we're going to do hammer curls, but we're not going to come straight up to the side. We're going to stand and we're going to bring them alternating inside to the opposing nipple basically. And when I'm pulling it up, I'm trying to feel that little band of bicep between my tricep and the long head of my bicep. It's called your brachialis. So I'm not loose gripped. My wrist is stable. It's not banging around. It's stable, and I'm pulling up, squeezing the outside of my bicep as much as I can. And I'm gripping especially with the pinky. Don't let the pinky come off the dumbbell or the grocery bag. If you're using a grocery bag for these, don't think about gripping the handle like this for these. That's not what I want. I want you to grab it like so, and you're pulling up to here and back down. I'm going to use the dumbbells because I have access to them again. And we'll just alternate for 12 here. Slow, controlled, nice stance, strong posture. 10. Get tall. 9. 8. 7. Nice strong body. The whole body is strong. 6. Controlled movements. 5. Strong wrist, strong grip. 4. Use a mirror if you can. 3. 2. And 1. And just for me, pull them right up into the armpits and hold. 20. 19. 18. Flex your biceps harder. 16. 15. Back and biceps. 14. 13. 12. Focus. 11. 10. Higher. 9. 8. Pulled up higher. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And relax. Okay, so when we're doing these, you should also feel the tie-in to the larger muscles in the top of the forearm. When you're up here, you can see that flexion happening. It's a connection that's strong and is an important one to make. If you always do these curls that are supinated, you're never really building the strength around the lateral side of your elbow. Tennis elbow, blah, blah, blah. Those things that can come up. Okay, so we're going to get our heavy weight again. And for those of you following regularly, I had my wife do these on her last workout. And they're fantastic because you have to use your hamstrings and your lower back a lot more than if you're doing this on a supported T-bar row machine. That's a tongue twister. So I'm sitting into this. Okay, my knees aren't coming forward. I'm sitting back into this and then bringing my chest down. My back is strong. It's just sets of 10. 10. 9. 8. Grip the floor with your feet. 7. 6. Widen your back, widen your lats. 5. 4. 3. Push through the heels. 2. Hold. 5. 4. 3. 2. Put them down. I put them up so they don't leak. These are starting to leak a little bit. That's going to happen over time. Set of hammer curls. Set of 12. Nice and tall and strong posture. 10. 9. 8. Don't rest too much. You want a bit of cardio happening here. 7. 6. If you're not sweating by this point, you need to work harder. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one each side. And good. Put it down. I'm going to grab another drink. Take a few seconds. Let your energy pick up. So the secondary, when we're doing these rows, all those secondary muscles in your forearm are getting worked a lot. And again, a very common weak point for a lot of people, in particular at a gym, is back grip strength, which means they never get a very good back workout, and to some extent arm workouts, because they're not able to grip for that long without the forearm tiring before the arm. So fight through that grip strength and really make it work. Don't shy away from it. Don't use hooks or anything like that that's taking the hands out of it. You want that hand, you want that response through the whole arm up into the back. Grab your heavier weight, and I will do it facing camera this time so you can see it that way. Nice strong shoulder width grip with the feet. Sit back into it, bring the chest down, stabilize it with the hamstrings and a little bit of lower back, not the other way around. And a set of 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, down. Okay, catch your breath for another brief second. Think about what tasty meal you're going to eat after this. Something nutritious, something with some calories. Last set of hammer curls. Same thing, another set of 12. 12. Get tall. Take a deep breath up your back. 10. 6. Focus. 5. 4. 3. 2. Squeeze. Last one. 1. Good. Put it down. Get your breath. We're going to finish with one more set of these rows, and then we're going to take slightly less weight and do some rows with our elbows coming out to the side. And we're going to put that in tandem with a bit more stomach work. So, let's get to it. Okay. Get your squat. 10 reps. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Put it down. Drop the bags. Okay. Very quick rest here. And we're going to finish with 2 sets. Just 2. We're going to be in the same position here with the squat. But instead of pulling to the side here, we're going to rotate from the shoulder out, keep the back strong, and pull our elbows up into the air. Now we did all that early work, getting that full range of motion and lots of flexion. This doesn't have to be as full range of motion. Everything's warm, lower back is warm and safe. Now I want you to try to get some weight in there. Pulling the elbows right behind the shoulders, not low. Pull them right up there. Okay, 2 sets. I'll go from the front first so you can see where my elbows are going, and then the side for the second set. Sit down into it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them down. Catch your breath. We won't worry about the ab work. Nah, we'll do the ab work. Come on, don't be lazy. Me too, I'm getting lazy. It's too easy. Okay. Feet at 45, chest high, stomach down. Cross them here, unless you have to support your neck. Down to 6, up to 45, 10 times. 10. 9. Legs are flexed. Control this. 8. No gap here. 7. Doesn't come off the ground. 6. Chest higher. 5. 4. Breathe. 3. 2. 1. You're probably wishing I didn't throw those in, I bet. Okay. Grab your weight again. Not too much of a rest here. Last set. Sit into it. I'll go from the side. I said, yeah. Alright. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Last time with the leg raises, and we'll call this puppy a day. 10, 9, just higher. 8, lower back's in the ground. 7, stomach sucking down. 6, 4, 3, good God, 2, 1. Give me some deep breaths. Get the oxygen back in, and we'll do a couple of stretches before we say goodbye. Okay. From a sitting position, we're going to lean back, planting the right hand on the left knee. Take a deep breath, bring the chest up. Just get a nice little twist. Try to bring your chest to the wall behind you. Hold that. Back to center. Over to the other side, same thing. Lean back a little bit. Right hand, left hand on the right knee. Take a deep breath. Twist the chest to the back. Another deep breath. Back to center. From here, and come up on our knees and just do a child's pose to let our lower back relax. And now with our knees open, we're going to let our back arch a little bit and the legs come up. And now I'm just going to bring my heels together and open them. Heels together, open. This should be lower back, hips, open them, together, open them. Let them come back down, push the hips down a little bit further, bring the chest up. Pull the ribs away from the hips. Back down into child's pose here. Now because we used our hips so much and our hamstrings so much today, I'm going to bring that knee up in front of me and square my hips. Okay, so I'm not leaning back this way so I can sit down. I'm keeping my hips square. I'm going to take a deep breath and bring my chest forward and down, not straight down. So I'm not doing this. Taking that deep breath and pushing my belly button down. And from here, I'm going to bring my body over the knee and reach through it so I'm opening up my lat, my lower back, and my hips at the same time. A few deep breaths here. Crawl the hand forward. Open up those lats. Switch sides. Bring the knee up. Square the hip. Take a deep breath. Bring the chest down and forward. And again, we're taking the left hand now, and I'm reaching over that knee, stretching out the lat. Use the deep breaths to open up the rib cage as much as you can. Relax out of that. Bring our feet together into a butterfly. Take a deep breath. Come down the center. Oh, all those pops are good pops. Up to the top here, interlock the fingers, push them up above the head, take a deep breath. Twist to the left a bit. Should feel that coming all the way down into the obliques. Other way. Push up, push up. Back to front, pulling behind the head, down behind the head, over the left, sorry, the right, up to the top, now over to the left. Lastly, if you have the mobility and you can bring your feet a little bit closer together, go ahead. I have to be a bit wider because I don't have much mobility in this ankle. And I'm trying to get my hips, this is only for people that have good hip mobility basically. So I'm trying to get my hips right down in there, sitting down into this. And I'm going to open up here with my elbow, reach to the ceiling and exhale. Come back down, other side. Inhale, exhale. Back down, one more each side. Okay guys, have a good week, and I guess I'll see you next time. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, and if you have any comments or any suggestions, please let me know. Take care. Have a great night.